Hello everyone and welcome to Magic Gathering Strat. I'm BinkyB and this will be another episode of Let's Talk About It. I know it's been a while since the last one, but well, I don't have time, that's the thing. So today we're gonna talk about salty players. Being salty, being a bad loser, a bad winner, whatever you want, but just people that gets really angry, mad, cranky, whatever you want to call it, when it's not going exactly like they want to. There is some differences, of course, and I don't say that you should never be salty, but some people just breaks my heart when they're going at it. So the thing is that if you're being salty, you're not looking at the game or the decisions you could have made, and you're just blaming something like, I don't know, that you had the sun in your eyes or whatever. It doesn't matter, but anyway. Being salty mostly means being a bad loser. A person that just goes on and on about a loss. It could be that they didn't draw the right cards, they drew too many lands, they drew too few lands, wrong colors, the opponent kept in bad cards or boarded in bad cards, but they got paid off for some reason. The list goes on and on and on and on. And just to be sitting there against someone who is this salty, and that, if we're being honest here, basically says that they are a better player than you and you did not deserve to win. You did not play well, or you didn't do anything to win. It's just that they lost. You didn't win, they lost. And that's making me feel like a real dipshit. I have to say, excuse the language, but seriously, it makes me wanna cry. It makes me wanna pick up my cards, go and never come back. Because there is no fun in winning when the opponent is basically saying that you should have lost because you're bad or making bad decisions. I want to win because of my skill and my experience and my thought process. It's possible that I think that I played pretty well, and then your opponent is going on about how you top decked that card or did something else, and sometimes that's true, of course, but really you should not do this, because making someone feel bad is not good. It's never good. Not in Magic, not in any scenario in life, more or less. So, if you're this player, if you could identify with this, just try to think about what's happening with your opponent. It could be someone who just won their first match, they're really excited, and then they come crashing down because you can't let them have that one win. And that's just sad. What you should do is fight back. It's easy to say, especially if you're someone who is winning a lot, that it's just try to bounce back. But really, what's it all about is try to focus on what happened during the game. If you just sit down and think about it, I promise that you will find at least 10 things, 10 interesting decisions, whether it's land drops or spells or order or sequencing, stuff that you could have done differently. And try to imagine what would have happened if you have done that. I've had several matches where I've been pondering on them for like months, and just trying to think, is there a line that I could have taken that would have made me win? I have one very specific example. It's time. I'm up one game and we're playing Tiny Leaders. I've just drawn my card for the turn, so I know that I have 5 mana available. I'm at 1 life. The board is basically clear, but my opponent has a Monastery Mentor. So I used to go with a smother to kill the mentor and pass the turn, praying that lightning bolt is not on top. And lightning bolt was on top, so I lost. So we ended up draw the game. And I have been thinking about that match for months, trying to decipher, could I have done anything differently? And that's what you should do. You should not just say that it was a lucky top deck or something, because your opponent is most likely playing towards their outs. And the out here was to draw a burn spell. And they did. And the question I have to ask myself is there anything I could have done to prevent this? Because I only needed to survive one more turn, because his turn was the last one. And I finally, after months, decided that yes, I had a winning line. But it's very unusual. The line would have been not killing the mentor, and in my opponent's upkeep, flashing a Snapcaster Mage to give counter spell in my graveyard flashback, and then let them do whatever. If they draw a burn spell, I can counter it, and I can block the mentor. If they draw something else, then it's fine. So no matter what my opponent would have done, I would have won if I had taken that line. It took me, I think, 5 months to figure that out. So take that as a measure point, how long it can take. But never ever just admit defeat and say that your opponent is lucky or whatever. What it's all about is finding a balance. I'm also salty sometimes. That's not something that only belongs to bad players or whatever. It belongs to everyone. All of us get salty sometime. That's fine. But you have to try to balance that out. Or if you feel like that, maybe I was a bit too harsh, maybe you can just apologize. That goes a long way. Because in the end we want a lot of players, and we want them all to have a good time. And we all want to win, but that's not possible. So try to find a balance. That's my recommendation. Try to think about what you could have done instead of lashing out on your opponent. But be aware that sometimes it is actually pure luck. That happens too. So let's continue this in the comment section, shall we? What stories do you have to bring? What salty players have you faced? What have you seen? We have all been to like FNMs or Grand Prix, or maybe even Pro Tour, some of us, maybe. Just bring us your stories and we will keep discussing this in the comment section, because this is a very broad and hard to decipher topic, and I'm really curious to see if you have something to add to this. So leave a comment and we will continue there. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, it really helps us out. You can find us on Twitter at MagicGathStrat, Facebook /MagicGatheringStrat, or on the web, magicgatheringstrat.com. There you can find articles and free prize-supported leagues. This is all brought to you by our Patreons and cardhoarder.com. If you enjoyed this content, please consider supporting us at patreon.com/MagicGatheringStrat.